Welcome back to the Dividend Diplomats YouTube channel. You got your boys here, Lanny and Bert, the Dividend Diplomats. Guys, today we're going to talk about a wild week I had for three of my stocks. Lanny, I had three stocks that absolutely crushed it last week. You know what? We're going to walk through each one of them, show what the gains are and the financial impact it had on my portfolio. As a teaser, everybody, one of the stocks jumped up over 60%.
Oh man, before we dive into these freaking bangers of stocks you had this past week, guys, smash that subscribe button. Give us a nice thumbs up. We are right there on the cusp of 20,000 subscribers, guys. And I guarantee it, by the end of you guys watching this video, we will be there. And Bert and I are going to have to try to plan something very fun for 20K.
That's right. We're so close. Hopefully, by the time you're watching this, you see that flip up to 20,000 subscribers. So, everyone, again, thank you for the love and support. Last week was a wild week. There were many things that were going on that impacted the financial markets. First, it was earnings season. There were a lot of companies releasing their earnings. Let's not forget about that. You saw the impact of some companies that crushed it and exceeded expectations. Other companies, not so much. And other stocks were beaten down. Of course, the US election was last week, and that obviously caused the financial markets to boom, Bitcoin to boom. And as a result, some of the stocks that I'm going to talk about today jumped up as well because of the better optimism in the stock market.
Oh man, I tell you what, post-election market right now has been a little wild. Um, did not expect it to be this poppy. We'll call it poppy right now. And the
Yeah.
Fed also, again, did cut rates again, 25 basis points on Thursday, the 7th. And again, for a couple of companies on here, that is banger of news, especially with the industry that they play in, as Bert's
Mhm.
indicated, time and time again, actually. Again, it should only get better, definitely, for pretty much all companies, but definitely a couple of these on the market here.
That's all right. So let's start here with number
Let's
one.
go, man.
This
Let's
is
go.
one of the we've owned this stock for a long time. This is the one that you and I both hold in our portfolios here.
It's true.
It's been frustrating from one aspect, Landy. Frustrating
Yeah.
from one component. They've had terrible, terrible, terrible dividend growth. That streak has still continued in
It's
20.
terrible. It's terrible.
Yeah, this is by far one of the worst dividend growth stocks in our portfolio. Luckily, Emerson Electric, ticker symbol EMR, is making up for it on the appreciation. I took the close price as of 11.1, compared it to 11.8 to calculate the gain that we saw for Emerson Electric. It ended last week at 127.26, up from 110.68. That's a 14.98% gain. I own 82.75 shares, so my position jumped up to over 10,000. It's
Wow.
$10,530. This 15% pop in Emerson Electric added $1,371 to our stock portfolio.
Dude, you're rocking over 10K in Emerson. I got a quick double check mine.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I've got 115 shares pretty much.
Yeah.
So,
And yeah, so you popped even more for so we're both rocking 10K
boing,
Emerson.
boing. I
Yeah,
was
they had
standing at attention.
Yeah, and this one wasn't election induced. This one, Emerson has strong earnings. They're continuing to show signs of finding ways to get value to their shareholders. They're increasing sales. So Emerson, tip your cap. Thank you for the strong week, for the strong news. We look forward. I can't believe Emerson Electric's over $127, lady.
Yeah, I mean, new all-time highs for Emerson. I mean, pretty wild, considering how boring they are and how
Very.
crappy dividend growth that they actually have. Because we did just get a nice little quarter of a cent. Is
Yeah.
that what we got?
Yeah. Meets their expectation.
0.48%.
Well, sometimes dividend growth doesn't tell the full story, especially when you have the appreciation that comes along with it.
Yeah, sometimes it's not all sexy, guys. But hey,
No.
we're gonna get into sexy here, guys. You're here.
This
Hit that
is
subscribe button, like the video. This is a huge thing for Bert coming up here.
Yeah, so number two, SoFi, ticker symbol SOFI. We are heading into a lot of news and a lot of noise, which happened for SoFi here.
Mhm.
First, let's start with their earnings. They did great with earnings. They're showing strong member growth, strong loan growth, strong technology boost. They have the Galileo system where they're lending out a lot of their technology to other fintech players, to other banks. They're growing the overall business up from their humble roots of just a student loan refinance company. They're diversifying and growing, and the market seemed to like it. And then, of course, you throw the election on there, which juiced up all banking stocks, which juiced up optimism for a lot of these fintech companies that are going to um, probably deal with a little bit less regulation in the next few years to come, which will allow them to grow. So SoFi had a lot of headwinds in Lanny. There's also another political thing that's also impacting SoFi too, with
Hmm.
the swift switch into more Republicans. It's going to put the student loan forgiveness into flux and into chaos. So SoFi, who's known for student loan refinance, is going to get this whole new wave of borrowers that were hoping for their loans to be forgiven that are now going to be looking for other options to refinance. So a lot of optimism on the SoFi front.
Yeah. SoFi's like, come on in. We're on this growth trajectory. We will fund and do what we can. So SoFi, Bert, wow, 18% for the week. How many shares do you own again?
Yeah, well, when they were in the 5 to 6 range, we were loading up in my wife's Roth account. We own 1,217 shares. So the market
Wow.
value is $15,837. Our SoFi position increased $2,400 this week.
That's called being a growth investor right there. Man,
Yeah.
can it get any better than that?
It can, and it will, and it did. I don't know if that made sense, but it did because we also own another fintech stock that just blew the cover off this week.
Yeah,
Upstart.
they
Oh,
Giancarlo Stanton the heck out of it.
yes. Hey, at least the Yankees lost. Yeah, I mentioned it. We're talking Upstart, ticker symbol UPST. Man, did this stock destroy earnings landing. They also got the benefit, like SoFi did, from the post-election environment. The post, we're coming back into the banking sector, but they're also showing better
We're
loan
so
growth.
back.
Yeah, they're better loan growth. They've launched many new products. They're not just personal loans up to 36% loans anymore. They're getting into the prime category. They're getting new lenders onto their system, and hopefully, with lending getting back with bank stocks popping, less regulatory environment, lending customers are going to be coming to Upstart, getting on their marketplace and buying more loans from them, which all at the same time was kind of like a powder keg, just took off. They jumped up over 40% after earnings, Lanny. This week, they were up 67%. They started the week at 48.48. They ended the week at $81 per share. Absolutely wild.
A 67% increase. No, not over 5 years, not over 10 years, over 5 days. Or what
Yeah.
was this one day?
No, this is 5 days. The one day was
5.
40%. 5 days was 67%. So it just kept coming along for Upstart. We don't own as many shares. I should have added more when they were in the teens, but I didn't act on it. I only own 61. So our position is now $4,941. Our position grew 1,900, nearly $2,000 this last week.
Man, Bert, wow. So we're talking in total between Emerson, SoFi, and Upstart. You got about $31,310 in investments. From just three companies alone, you added over $5,750 in market value, in additional net worth, man. How does it feel?
It feels great. And there are plenty of other stocks too. There are a lot of banking stocks we could have thrown in here. There are a lot of great companies that juiced up this last week, but these were three that just jumped out to me. Just hit the ones I wanted to cover. Only one of them's a dividend stock, two of them are growth stocks. But you know what? It's fun to have a balance of each in your portfolio.
Any recommendations or suggestions out there for everybody watching, Bert?
Just keep when you have that instinct, when you feel like you're buying a good company, a company that you want to at a price you want to, don't be afraid to load up. That's what I did with SoFi, owning 1,200 shares. I'm very happy with the position. It's now you're seeing the benefit from it because I believed in it when it was at a certain price. Same thing for
I
Upstart. I wish
believe
I
in
would have.
Joe Andrew.
I believe in SoFi. Boom, boom. Didn't do that for Upstart, only have 61 shares. The gain could have been larger if I would have acted with conviction. I'm sure there are a lot of Bitcoin investors out there that are wishing they acted with more conviction when it was at a lower price. A lot of other companies, a lot of other stocks that are just like that story. So don't be afraid to load up when you feel good about the company and the investment.
Conviction, guys. Back up the truck. Opportunities are usually short and sweet. So I like that, Bert, guys. Let us know if you own any of these three stocks in the comments. Did you also have similar results from just 1 week from the stock market? Let us know in the comments below, guys.
If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, give this video a thumbs up, and remember, you're either with us or you're against us. Jack.
That was Bert, the Hurt, and Lanny from the Dividend Diplomats over and out.